We've become familiar with Hymer selling its van conversions under the HymerCar name, but new in January of this year, the HymerCar Free. Now that sits a little below existing models like the Ayers Rock and Grand Canyon and so on, but it doesn't replace them, and don't think of this as an entry-level Hymer. They sit on both the 5.4 metre and the 6 metre Fiat Ducato, but don't think of these as entry-level Hymers, they're far from it. Despite a price tag that starts at £43,000, the van you see here is around 55 grand. Now there's plenty of options obviously on this particular vehicle, but most of them you would want. Don't expect any surprises in terms of the layout with these new HymerCar Free models. They all adopt traditional continental fixed bed layouts. So at the back in this one you've got a transverse double, which here we've stowed away. Very simple system, but it does maximise storage. So you can put bikes, surfboards, any sort of outdoor gear down the centre of the vehicle, and there are tie-down hooks to keep everything in place. The sliding door stays on the continental side, as you'd probably expect with a German camper van, but you do get a fly screen on the door, and there's an electric step too. And then this half dinette lounge area is utterly conventional. There's a wall-mounted table with this slide out extra section, so somebody can sit there and dine. You can get 4 people around the table perfectly adequately. The half dinette bench has no surprises either. It doesn't adjust or anything, although it is a bit more comfortable and a bit more shaped than some. What is it about the Free that makes it different? Well, a lot of it is down to the decor. It's a bit younger, a bit more contemporary than other Hymers. So you've got lots of grey, light wood. The kitchen is where you'd expect it to be and has the sort of equipment level that you'd expect in this type of layout. So there's no oven or grill, just a 2-burner hob and sink in a combination unit. The best features, well, this big 90-litre fridge mounted exactly where you want it, so no grovelling on the floor to find the milk. And then these big kitchen drawers, 3 of those, all soft close. And I have to say, typical Hymer, everything is very, very nicely finished. And then there's good storage too. Under the fridge, now this can be used as a wardrobe, there's a hanging rail in there, but there's also at half height a removable shelf, so it could be overflow storage for the kitchen. On the other side, you've got a wardrobe just behind the half dinette again. Again, there's a hanging rail in there, but underneath, more shelved storage, removable shelves again. So lots of practical space that you can either use for tin, packet foods, that sort of thing, or for folded clothes. The bathroom is a small space, but it uses that space well. You've got a corner basin rather than the usual tip-up basin fitted in other Hymer cars, and that is definitely an improvement. Good features too, like the big mirrors, the opening window, towel hooks, and this clothes drying rail as well. When it comes to showering, the curtain doesn't have to go all the way around you and get all stuck to you. It just pulls across the back of the bathroom area. The way the bed folds on this HymerCar is one of its good features. It's so much simpler than some rivals. Simply release that clip, fold the centre mattress support down, and then the bed is ready. These windows, which are actually an option on the vehicle, do slightly reduce the length of the bed, or at least its usable length. And also, with your pillows, you may be at risk of damaging these nice pleated blinds. So actually, we'd probably order our HymerCar Free without these side windows. You've got ventilation anyway from the opening windows in the back doors. You've also got more of these movable reading lights, so if you want to sleep the other way around, you can do, but you can't sit up in bed, because if you do, you're going to brain yourself on these cupboards. Up here is a bed that's 1.98 metres by 1.31, so it's a good adult bed. Comfortable too, plenty of ventilation up there, plenty of headroom. It makes this a good 4-berth. Driving this Fiat Ducato is much like many other van conversions because so many in this class are Fiat based. This particular example has the 130 bhp engine, 115 is standard, or you can go to 150 or 177 bhp depending on how much you want to spend. Manual gearbox with 6 speeds is standard on all the engines, and you can have the Comfortmatic gearbox on all but the 115 bhp. In terms of spec, this one's got pretty much everything you could want. ESP, hill holder and traction plus are all standard. There's no shortage of rivals for this HymerCar 3, but that's not to say you shouldn't consider it. There's some nice features like the flush fitting side windows, and the specification is good, and the quality is what you'd expect of a Hymer. The elevating roof, well, not many of its rivals come with that option, and if you need a 4-berth, that's crucial. There's lots of spec on this vehicle that enable you to tailor it to what you need.